Puritanism was a religious movement that emerged in England during the 17th century. Calvinists inspired or also known as a Reformed Church, based on the theological and cultural tradition established by Juan Calvino, which emphasizes God's authority over all things. For some, such authority is expressed to the extent of predestination taught by Juan Calvino, but not everyone shared this opinion. Puritans believed that secular governors are accountable to God for protecting virtue, including true religion, and for punishing malefactors. Each person to whom God showed mercy should understand their own lack of courage and trust that the forgiveness that is in Christ had been given to them. So, for gratitude, they should follow a humble and obedient life. Other points of the doctrine are the idea of personal interpretation of the Bible, central to Puritan belief, was shared with Protestants in general. The desires for everyone to achieve education and enlightenment, especially so that everyone can read the Bible for themselves. The priesthood of all believers, simplicity in worship, the exclusion of clothing, images, candles, etc. The belief in keeping as obligatory one day of the week, as ordered in 10 Commandments, in their case the day of the resurrection of Jesus, Sunday, that had its origin in the English Reformist period, which was developed during the reign of Isabel, who thought the English Reformation hadn't gone far enough in reforming the doctrines and structure of the Church. They wanted to purify their national Church by eliminating every share of Catholic influence. So many Puritans emigrated to the New World looking for other places with greater religious freedom. A group led by John Winthrop arrived in the colonies of England in North America in April 1630. English Puritanism, associated exclusively with no single theology or definition of the Church, although many were Calvinists during the reign of Elizabeth. Many became Anglican priests to make changes in their local church. They encouraged direct personal religious experience, sincere moral conduct, and simple worship service, which Puritans tried to change things most. Defining expectations about how seriously Christianity should be taken as the focus of human existence. However, the government and the church hierarchy, especially under Archbishop William Laud, became increasingly repressive, causing many Puritans to emigrate. Those who remained were a powerful element within the parliamentary party that defeated Charles in the English Civil War, after the Puritans remained dominant in England until 1660, but they quarreled among themselves. The restoration of the monarchy in 1660 also restored Anglicanism, and the Puritan clergy were expelled from the Church of England under the date of the Act of Uniformity in 1662. Thereafter, English Puritans were classified as nonconformists. American Puritanism. It's important to start by explaining that the Pilgrims and Puritans were two different groups of settlers that came to America. Both groups had problems with the Church of England. However, the Pilgrims wanted to separate from the Church, and the Puritans wanted to purify the Church. The Pilgrims came to America in 1620 and settled Plymouth Colony in 1630. The Puritans came to America and they settled Massachusetts Bay Colony. When they came to America, they compared their travels to the biblical story of exile. Their leader, John Winthrop, made a famous sermon in which he declared that they were to create a city upon a hill, a perfect Christian colony in the New World that other colonies would admire and want to imitate. Puritanism in literature. The beginning of American literature has Puritan readers as John Coram Mather, or Thomas Shepard. His texts used to be religious or political essay pamphlets. On the other hand, Puritanism has often been a central theme of literary works, such as The Scarlet Letter, where its author, Nathaniel Hawthorne, criticizes what he considered fanaticism and false morality of Puritanism, or as The Witches of Salem, where the author used this example, fanaticism as an image to criticize the political persecution of MacArthur. Consequence, Puritanism failed to replace the plausibility structure that Anglicanism offered to England. Anglican social structure remained only for a small and influential minority. This situation wasn't satisfactory, and that group was that of the Puritans who carried out numerous and fruitless battles with the political religious government of England. Calvinist doctrine is nowadays professed among the Anglican faithful, and yet there are hardly any traces of the liturgy of Catholicism. Many of the Puritans fled to countries like the United States, where they introduced Presbyterianism from the Calvinist reform of the Church of Scotland.